Sara Rodo, 23, is objectum sexual, which means she is sexually attracted to inanimate objects and says that she is head over heels in love with the plane that she refers to as her boyfriend. So she's from Germany, and I believe she actually, what did she do? Okay, here we go. Here's another quote. I've been attracted to objects since I was a teenager. I first noticed it when I was 14 years old. Another quote. Before the plane, I was on the ICE 3, which is an express train. End quote. New quote. I've also had two relationships with men because I wasn't sure what my real sexuality was. But as soon as I realized that I can't feel these romantic feelings for people, now I know that my sexuality is objectophilia and I stand by it. End quote. New quote. I noticed that I wasn't attracted to people when I didn't want to cuddle or become intimate with them, unlike my objects where I crave cuddles and being intimate. It's the best sex I've ever had. My plane is called Dick, and he takes me up. Excuse me, and he takes up my entire bed. There's more quotes, but it's all about the sex with the plane.
Right.
So you've had a lot to say about this in the past, where it's going to get worse and worse and worse as far as
Sexuality.
people
Okay.
pushing the boundaries, not people having sex with planes. Come on, man.
No, I said sexualities is what I said.
All right, but you surprised by this?
No, I
I
don't
mean,
really even have much to say, honestly, because this is just, if this is one of those things that if it's like, if that's what she wants to go do and that's the life she wants to go live, is it weird to me? Yes. If that's what you want to know, yes, it's 100%. It's weird to me. I don't think this is normal. I think there is something a little bit wrong with her. I don't understand being attracted to an object. That seems like the most introverted, antisocial thing I've ever heard, which doesn't, those two things are usually not very healthy for humans. We're naturally, we need to communicate with other humans. It just helps our brain, maintain its function on a daily basis. So I don't know what to, I don't really have much to say about this. If this is what she wants to do, it's go ahead and do that, man. But for me, it's kind of messed up.
I don't know if she shaved her head or if she's just naturally bald, or maybe it's alopecia. But I don't know if this has anything to do with that. But she doesn't seem like a bad looking girl, But I guess the whole thing to me, when I read this article, I feel like it's just a gateway to animatronics, having sex with robots. This
That's
girl,
already started though. That's
no, no,
already
no,
that's
no,
already
no,
been
no.
happening.
I'm talking about normalization. You're not reading this. You can Google this. This is on a lot of, not mainstream media, but it's on a lot of platforms. They're talking about this girl. You're not
Yeah.
gonna look on those same platforms and talking about guys and women having actual relationships with robots. You're just not, or especially having sex with them. But they are normalizing this. They are starting the path to normalizing having sex and relationships with inanimate objects. And when you look at the technology, when you look at the robots, the what is it, the AI, or is it artificial intelligence? When you look at what they're creating even today, you almost wouldn't even know the difference. So if we're okay with Sarah, having sex and falling in love with a plane, which looks nothing like a human, why should we be upset about Ron okay with Tia, who is a robot, but looks exactly like a woman? They're paving the way for this, bro.
And like I said, if that's what people want to do, go on and do your thing, man. I'm not going to stop you. I personally prefer human females specifically.
Can I ask why?
Uh,
Can I ask why?
can you ask why? What?
Why do you prefer a so let me set the stage here, okay? So you have a human female.
Weirdest question.
It's not a
Go
weird
ahead.
question. I haven't asked it yet. So you have a
Okay.
human female, right?
Mhm.
And we all know what that comes with. We're human. And then you also have a robotic AI female that can do absolutely everything, same feeling, everything as a human female, apart from the obviously reproductive. But since it's a robot, you can program it. So all the things that men might find about a woman, you can program that out of your female, right?
Yeah.
So now, why would you prefer the female human over the robot human? Go ahead.
Um, I I just prefer humans because they have souls. There's depth. Computers are based on numbers and logic, and there's no, you can't create certain emotion. I prefer humans. This is like a weird question, anyways, but I'm answering it because you want me to.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty obvious why anybody would prefer humans, but um, I don't care what they can build with artificial intelligence. It's never going to replace something that I've grown up with, something that I know and I love. There's no robot out there for me. It's not my craving. So that's why I prefer women over AI.
You do understand though, like that there will be some people that actually prefer the opposite though.
100%. And I
Cool.
and I and I like I said, I have no problem with that. Go out and do what you want to do. Me sitting here talking to you, I prefer human females. And yeah, I didn't think I would ever have to justify why, but here we are.
I
Here we
know. I
are.
mean, 100% you would. Why wouldn't you? We're getting to that space. I mean, see, you make it sound like it's such a out of the box question, right? You know, it's a robot. Like, why would I want a robot that can do and feel exactly like a human when I can just have a human? All right, cool. Well, you can, if we're just talking about sexual gratification, right? If we're just talking about that, all right,
If we're
well
just talking
then
about that.
why would you just get a prostitute?
Over what?
Over getting a girlfriend and putting in the work and
They're both
courting and
humans. So once again, I would still prefer humans. So that's the key. First thing key is that I would still prefer humans. I'm glad we're acknowledging that. But if it was a choice between two human types, I would never choose the prostitute over the regular human female. Now, if we're talking about over AI, I would choose the prostitute over artificial intelligence if that's what if those were my choices. If that's what you're asking.
so you would choose the hooker over the artificial intelligence.
100%. A hundred
Why?
percent.
Why?
Listen, this is a question that I think you need to ask yourself. I think we need to flip it around and ask you because this is something that clearly is very, very interesting to you and is very clear to me. So, if why would you prefer uh AI over a regular human female? Because you seem to be very on the side of the AI can do everything that a woman can do. So let me hear what you think.
Okay. For starters, putting words in my mouth. I never said that, but I understand why you would lean towards that. And no, I would prefer a human vagina over AI. But
I
there's
just want to be
very,
clear.
yeah, there's very clear benefits over a AI over a female. If there is some defects that you find in the opposite sex, you can program the AI to not have those defects. What are we talking about here? This is the same reason why somebody buys a Honda over a Toyota or a
Right.
BMW over a Mercedes. There's differences between the two vehicles.